Good morning, everyone. It's Amy with Mama Bear Blue. We are here for Mondays with Mom, and I'm here with my mom, Debbie. And we want to make sure the sound works. My receiver on my microphone is dead, and it's charging at the same time we're doing this. So I just want to make sure we can hear. We're doing furniture painting today, which we haven't done in a while, have we? They're really dirty.
Well,
so we're going to take you step by step from the very beginning on how we paint our furniture. So Mom started and got a head start on cleaning her chair. Mine's still pretty gross. So all I did was to take a little Dawn and on a rag, and that's what I'm using to clean this off. This pair of kids' chairs, yeah, I think you can see them pretty well in the video. Hey, Debbie. Debbie popped on.
Hey, Debbie.
She didn't say anything, but I saw that you popped on. I got these at a little barn sale, and they're really sturdy and cute, and I thought we would milk paint these as a pair to sell. And then at the same barn sale, I got these two little, I guess they call them milking stools.
Yeah.
They're just tiny. I mean, they're tiny.
You have to squat way down.
I mean, somebody's rear has to be really little, to be honest. But also, when I saw them, I thought they look cute as risers in displays.
Yeah.
Whether it's a display in your booth or maybe just like some vignette in your house or on your mantle if you want your some candles to be higher than the other. These are nice as risers. So we're going to get these painted up too. These are actually, let me hit you with this. These are actually going to be painted in DIY paint. These are going to be painted in Sweet Pickins Milk Paint.
I need to wipe that off.
She needs to clean it. It's really gross. You know what I might do is start mixing up the paint and give you the cleaning job.
Well, awesome.
So milk paint comes in powdered form, and you just add some warm water to it, and I usually just mix it up with a fork or whatever I have. I don't think I have a fork down here, but we'll figure something out. I meant to get them. Warm water and a fork, and we're going to mix it up to be the consistency of like a...
You want me to go get one?
I'm going to need a couple plastic forks.
Okay.
I don't know how else I'm going to mix them up.
Okay, I'll go get them.
Thank you.
Oh, hi.
Consistency of melted milkshake. 30 weeks. It's supposed to rain for 4 straight days. So, all right. I'm going to wait till she gets back. Let me keep working on getting these cleaned up. I had a really good Saturday morning at Farm Girl. We had a make and take table for Christmas ornaments. So it was $5 to use a transfer on an ornament. And I had a ton of you come through. I appreciate you guys stopping in to see me and making an ornament. And you brought your kids and grandkids too. So that was a blast. And I think we're considering doing that again on just kind of a random Saturday leading up to Christmas. It's really convenient at Farm Girl to use the back area and near her garage. She has a gazebo, so it's covered. Get down and get that mixed up, and then I'll go try. I told them I was going to try to find a stencil to go on the top of these that would be cute.
Oh.
So I'm going to pour a little bit of this out just so I don't mix up too much, and I can always add this back in as needed.
Right.
But I usually start with the water and then sprinkle the milk paint in, and you don't want to overmix because it does have actual milk powder in it, and it'll spoil after a day. It really stinks too.
But you don't smell it once
I
you
love milk
painted
paint
it,
though.
right?
No. It's just if you let it spoil the unused, paint. But this is looking good. So we each can use one of these brushes, Mom, and get started on that. While you are doing that and starting on this one, yeah, I think we're good. I can, even after the first coat of milk paint, if we find a little rough spot, we can go back. Here, I found a little one with my thumb. The edges. This is a pretty heavy grit too. This is like an 80 grit. That's good. You want to wipe that side that I just did that on. And then if you want to go ahead and get started on putting your milk first coat on.
Okay.
That would be good.
Now I
And
have
let
to
me grab. What's
Think
that?
of the best way to do it.
If you, I like to start when I'm doing my furniture, especially my chairs. I like to turn it over.
That's what I wondered.
And I start on the bottom. I feel like I can see things a little better.
Okay.
And the thing with chairs, and these are nice because there's not a lot of rungs. When you're painting a lot of rungs, it's not a lot of fun. But because there's 4 sides, so you just have to make sure you don't miss a side of the legs or the little rungs down at the bottom. Okay, while she's getting started on that, let me go run and find the stencil I'm going to use for the top of the milk stools. To be honest, this is folk something, and I think it might be folk border, but I don't know. So afterwards, I'm going to look it up, and actually, I could probably look it up right now, but it's a really cute one, and I think we'll do that in the middle, Mom. And then it's got this border that I can go underneath.
Oh, cute.
So I think that'll make a really cute one.
Nice.
All right. It's a pretty color, isn't it?
It is very pretty.
I love it. Of course, you know me and blue.
Yeah.
I love blue. Okay. Let me get my chair over here. Was mine still needing a little wipe? Are we good?
You better
Don't
check
know.
it, and especially underneath.
Okay. Yeah. So when you are doing furniture, the first step is to really clean your piece really well, because sometimes if you don't, and especially if there's greasy stuff, it's going to cause a resist for your paint. Which, I guess with milk paint, that doesn't always matter, because sometimes you want it to be a little chippy. But you want to make sure it's good and clean. And if it has lots of layers, I've had projects before with lots of layers of grime. You can get you can get a product called TSP, and I think you mix it. It comes powdered, I believe, and you mix it with water and clean it up with TSP, and that really helps. So yeah, make sure you clean it really well, dry it off, and then you should be good to go. But that TSP does work through layers and layers of grime. And when I'm buying furniture to repaint, I try to go for pieces that don't need a lot of repair. But if you are just in love with a piece and buy it and it needs a lot of repair, then just be prepared to do that. I have done pieces where I've actually had to use Bondo, and I learned how to use Bondo.
Wow.
And it was good. And then it works really well to fill holes and things. But when we're doing furniture, I do like to turn it over and start bottom first on getting it painted. So we're gonna, with this milk paint, and this is denim and Sweet Pickins. But we're gonna get one coat on and set these aside to dry. And I did not put any extra bond in this. So I'm expecting to have some chippiness, most likely, which is okay. I kind of want that look on these because I'm wanting them to look old. And if, though, you want to do some milk paint without much chippiness, add just a tiny, even a half teaspoon of, if that even, of extra bond, and it really helps it not to chip. Kind of just depends on the look you're going for. And when you're painting all these rungs, like I said, it's just a matter of making sure you have every side of it done. And Mom, if it doesn't look like full coverage, it's okay. Let me get your drips. And you don't. And actually, a thinner first coat is better.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. And after the first coat, you'll probably, if it's going to chip, you'll probably start seeing a little bit of chip. But when you start applying the second coat, is when you're really going to see it have some more chippiness. I'm good to stop with this first coat. I'll try to set it down, but I know I'm going to fingerprints in it. It says, is the new chair color similar to DIY Pacific? What we're painting now, Amy? Yeah. Yeah, this Sweet Pickins color is very close to Pacific. I'd say it's a little bit lighter. Would you say? Do you remember Pacific? It's a little bit lighter because I used Pacific on a bench upstairs earlier this year, and it's just a little bit darker. Yes. Okay, so let's talk about these little milking stools, or whatever they are. For me, they're going to be risers. I wouldn't have a reason to sit on this. Did we already wipe these down? I think we did. They look pretty good.
Yeah.
Or yours. This was mine. It has not been wiped.
Sorry.
It's okay. This will make a cute little pair too, and I think the stencil will look really cute on it. I have a lot of Christmas stuff to stock in October, later in October, in my booths, and this will be good to have. You need some water? Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay.
Now I'm going to have
That's
blue
why we have a
eggs.
cement floor to get. It doesn't matter if you get paint on it.
Okay.
It looks pretty with all the speckles
Sparkle, yeah.
from 5 years of
Painting.
yes. Anyway, I will probably be using these as risers for Christmas things. So the black and white will be pretty.
Yes, it is.
I probably overpaid a little bit. I didn't get Goodwill pricing on these stools, but I think they were $8 each. Yeah, not too bad. And the chairs were 10 each. Still not bad.
No,
But
it isn't. They're solid, too.
they are. Sometimes it's hard for me when I go shopping because I'm so used to thrift store prices that it's hard for me to spend money on when I know, oh, wow.
I could get that maybe cheaper.
Yeah, but... Okay, we're good. So let's get some of the DIY paint and anvil. This has the built-in top coat. And... will this brush do? Yeah, we'll go ahead with this bigger brush. I'm actually going to get a little... Actually, I'm going to use the round brush. It fits in this can better. This is almost empty. Otherwise, I would pour it out into something. But we're going to dip right into it. They say you really should pour it out so you're not contaminating your paint.
Well,
Since it's about empty, we're probably going to use it up on this. With the DIY paint, built-in top coat paints, the Cottage Colors, I go with my first coat being a light coat because it is thinner. If you're used to the regular DIY paint line, this is definitely thinner. But I love the fact that you don't have to seal it because it's already included.
Saving one step.
Yes. On the other stool. Do you care if I do that?
No, because I am so slow that...
No. Alright. I'd like to at least get one of the stools to the point where I can stencil today.
Right.
So we might go a little bit over, not too much. We have some stuff we gotta do. As I said, the Cottage Colors, I love the little stool. The chair Debbie is working on reminds me of the chairs my mother had in her classroom. We were just talking about that years ago. Yeah, these are definitely little school chairs, and they're adorable. They're getting the milk paint, and the stools are getting the DIY paint. But when you use this Cottage Color with the built-in top coat, it is thinner. So just go on with your first coat being kind of thin. And then when it's good and dry... and you can use the heat gun to do that, then you apply your second coat. And there's been times when I've even needed a third coat of the Cottage Color just because it is thinner. But the durability of this is really, really good. I've done several furniture pieces in
It's too thick.
Is it still too thick?
I feel like it is.
Okay, here. I've done an old vanity in it and several other pieces of furniture. Now it's really thin.
Well,
That'll be better.
I'll mix it with the thickest, because then it'll be all right.
Okay. I should be painting while I'm watching you, but instead I'm sitting here drinking coffee and being completely unproductive. But I love
that's
it.
a fun
You know
thing
what?
too,
You
though.
got to do that sometimes, Amy.
Yeah.
You got to. It's hard sometimes because you're sitting there being unproductive thinking of all the things you should be doing. But you got to have that downtime to slow down and enjoy things, right? We're all so busy all the time. So I'm going to move this one over and bring the other one back up. And hopefully that will be the one I can get done to stencil for you guys while we're still live. Yes, okay. Going on with second coat and the coverage gets much, much better. This is the round brush from Paint Pixie called the number 8 Dream. And so the paint, I love the Paint Pixie brushes. I also love the DIY paint brushes with the really soft blue teal bristles. Those are very nice too, but I use them all interchangeably. They're nice. And then the stencil brushes here he used are the JRV stencil brushes, and I'll get those out in a minute. Alright, we are good. Now, let me grab a stencil brush, and here's our white swan. And we're going with this Folk Floral Swag JRV stencil. And I think I'm just going to line it up straight across. Do I want it? I think I do want it centered so those front 2 legs are here. And this is going across the middle. It's going to be a cute design. Okay. So here is our JRV. This one is the 1-inch. It's got lots of nice stiff bristles and a flat top. That's what you want for stenciling. And I'm going to just dip it in the white swan. Probably should dump it out somewhere. I'm going to offload a whole bunch. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing there. I'm just taking it on this brown paper and offloading so that it's just almost a completely dry brush with a little bit of white. Because you don't want to be gloppy. And the key is to keep your stencil in one place. And a light coat is better than a thick coat because you can always line it up and go back with a second. Some people do this pouncing method and some people do the swirl like that. Kind of up to how you like to do it. You just don't want it so wet that it's going to seep under the edges of your designs. That's some thick white swan paint. Key is not to shift. Like, make sure you're staying down onto the project and not moving this hand around. Halfway done. I have some videos on my YouTube channel of stenciling too, if you guys are new to it and want to check them out. I think you can go to the channels and actually search in the channels for keywords.
Oh, that'll bring up what?
Yeah,
whatever.
it should. Yeah, I have several on milk paint as well. And then when I'm about done here, I try to give it a little peek without actually moving the stencil. Just in case, to see how it's looking. Yeah, it's good. It's better to have less than a ton. Alright. On the edge.
Yeah,
I think I got it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm not going to go, I'm trying not to go down in that little dip.
Okay.
The little
I'm
routed
sorry.
edge. No, it's okay. Alright, I think I about got it, guys. Here we go. The reveal.
Ta-da!
I like it. Okay. Probably wet down here. So there you go. So I'm going to have to put a second coat on the legs and stuff, but I'm pretty happy with that. And I'd considered putting this, part of this on the top and bottom, but I don't know.
I kinda like it, yeah.
I like it just being a
Simple,
stripe through
yeah.
the center of that. think it's really cute. Are you offloading on a piece of paper, Amy? Yes, we keep brown wrapping paper, like shipping paper, on our work surface for that reason. That way, sometimes we have a plate here, but
Yeah.
that way we can get all messy and throw it all away. And the cheapest place to get this is Hobby Lobby. You can get a giant roll for $3.99. So whenever we're there, I try to pick up some. All right. So I think we're at a good stopping point for this. Next week, we'll continue. We'll just pick up where we left off, unless I try to get a second coat on these ahead of time, which I probably will try to do, since we don't want to waste our milk paint. We might do
So
that.
cover that. Or
Yeah, or I might go ahead real quick and start putting a second coat on mine, use that up.
okay.
And then we'll just have to mix up the rest of I use the pint size on that. So, okay, we'll be back next week. We'll finish these up. I might even grab another piece of furniture since we're on a roll.
Really?
Furniture. And good morning, everyone. It's Amy with Mama Bear Blue. We're here live from Mondays with Mom, and I'm here with my mom, Debbie. We go live every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So as you are joining us today, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and share our video out if you can. We would appreciate it. I'm going to share it out on Mom's page right now.
Okay.
Get the algorithm going, you know?
Really.
Okay. We are going to be finishing up a lot of projects today. Some of them we started 3 weeks ago. And then last week we did the furniture painting, which we're going to finish up. I'm going to show you the beeswax that just made these blue chairs from last week look amazing. Anyway, Mom is painting over an old Christmas sign, and I want to show you guys a project from a few weeks ago where I painted a tote black, and she's using the Cottage Color anvil on that. And I think is that better? So she's going to cover that, and then we're going to use up some of this transfer from a couple weeks ago, which I love. And this one was the Clementine. It just came out in the new release. So, yeah, we're going to go with that.
Okay.
Now, I love this on black as a background, because if you remember a few weeks ago, we painted this little tote, and then I don't know if I ever got a finished picture for you guys on my Facebook page with the Clementine transfer against the black. But so she is actually going to paint over that in black. Just to Actually, the reason she's doing that is to use up the very last of this paint. And then on top of that, I haven't decided the color yet. I was thinking maybe faded burlap, because the transfer that we picked out to put on it, I think would look really pretty against that. So we'll just wait and see how that turns out after you use up a little bit. And plus that's going to block that bright red.
Right.
Okay. So let's talk about last week. We did the milk paint, if you remember, on these chairs, and they turned out so cute. I love them. Thanks, Amy. Yeah, I love that tote. I always love totes, but that one really turned out pretty. Okay, so if you remember, these were the chairs painted in the blue milk paint. I finished one down there, but I'm not going to show it to you yet. So when we left off last week, I think we'd had one or two coats. I can't remember. One coat maybe, right, of the blue? I think.
Yeah, it was just one.
Yeah.
Because it was thicker.
Yes. So I put a second coat on, a lighter coat, and waited a day, and then came down and looked, and it was really peely. So, which was good. That's the look we want with milk paint. And so I sanded it all down, got the flaky parts off for the most part. And then I used the beeswax, which I'm going to do right now on this. But milk paint is kind of like, when DIY paint dries, it dries kind of chalky. Milk paint is a little bit like that, so that when you then put on your wax, whatever kind you're going to use, and I'm just using the clear beeswax. This is the one that smells really good from Sweet Pickins.
Yeah.
We love it. And I love the look that it gives on the project. So that's what we're going to do, and hopefully you guys can see what's going on here.
I'm going to get a damn brand.
Yeah, will you get me one too?
Yes.
Okay, so I just have a soft cloth with the beeswax on it, and then I'm just going to start rubbing it in. And this paint's had about a week to cure, so I don't expect to see too much glue coming off on the rack. If you do wax right away, you'll sometimes get that, which is okay. But just look at the difference there after you get that on there. I love it.
It smells so
I
good.
know it does. The
Put your,
lemony-ish smell, lemony and I don't know, something. Smells good though.
yeah, that smells real good.
No chemicals at all.
Oh,
And I normally wouldn't be dipping right into the can, but this is almost out. So I probably will end up using the rest of it on this. The other wax I love to use is the clear wax from DIY. So I'll kind of use those interchangeably. It's whatever I'm in the mood to use, but they're very similar in the way they work and the way they seal the paint. But this is going to make a cute little pair of chairs to sell. So once I get all the beeswax on here the way I want it, and I don't know that I'll do this completely during the live because I don't want to bore you guys too much. I can finish it after, but I really just wanted you guys to see how pretty it makes it. Maybe I'll set this aside and show them that one down there that's done. But these, I love the amount of chippiness that happened on these. Sometimes with milk paint, you just don't know. So it's always a kind of a surprise to see because a lot of it has to do with what you're painting over. If you can see kind of some of the chippiness, I just stressed it a little bit. I'm going to move this one aside and show you the one I finished last week and waxed and had several days to start curing. I love that, didn't it? I don't know if I can get it full in the picture there. Yep. All right, so though that pair of chairs is done, well, that one's done. We're going to finish up the beeswax on the other chair after the live. So this little stool pair, which I plan to use as either risers in my booth or it would make cute little plant stands too. What we did, it's okay. What we did was used white swan. I painted them an anvil, which is what mom's using now. And then I used white swan to stencil on the folk floral swag from JRV, the stencil. And I think it turned out really cute. And so all I need to do is stencil this one, set it aside, let it dry. And then I'm going to put up one coat of Big Top, I think just on the top of this, just to really seal that paint in well. So I will get this one stenciled up. Really quickly. And then we're going to move on to some other projects that we need to get finished up. I'm going to dip into the white swan, offload a little bit so it's almost a dry brush. Now you guys, if you were here last week, you saw me doing that. But I'm going to finish this one and then start sealing that one. Let me stand up. All right. Covered it pretty well. Yep. Pretty. I'm good with that. Okay. Setting that one aside to dry. I'm going to put the coat of Big Top on this other one right now. Okay. Big Top is a really durable sealer and it gives more of a satin finish. So, and this white has had a week to dry, so it shouldn't be any smearing. Like if you try to rush it, sometimes you're going to pull that white over into the other color and it would look gray. If you're doing red and white together, it looks pink. So just take your time on that part. So with a really light hand, I'm going to go over this. Now the anvil has a built-in top coat, but I just felt like this paint needed something to seal it down. And I could have used wax. So I'm not going to need more than one coat, I can tell that. But I am going to go around the edge so it all looks uniform. And it beads up just a little bit because of that top coat that's already in the anvil, but I'm just using a little bit. I don't want a bunch of puddly excess. So I'm smoothing that out. All right, I'm going to set that aside to dry. So it's got kind of a satin sheen when it's completely dry.
Move that over here. You can set a plant on that.
Yeah, that's why I was thought we needed extra sealing on that.
Yeah.
So that was finishing the projects from last week. I think I wanted to see if you guys remember from a few weeks ago. Oh, let me show them the mailbox real quick. Do you guys remember the Christmas mailbox? I'm not done, and I'm not done with the Santa because I'm just not happy with. I cannot decide what to do on the Santa, so maybe you guys can give me some ideas. This was Christmas projects was 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks ago. All right, so I had this old metal mailbox. I painted it white swan, and then I started applying just a collage of the new Christmas transfers. And I'm not done yet, but that's a start. And I want to put something here on the end and maybe find some greenery that I can glue to the top. I thought it's on its way.
Yeah.
It's not done.
Cute.
And then the Santa, if you guys remember, I made the clay Santa head, the Saint Nick mold. So this is a start. I found some transfers to go in the corner and then Christmas
cute.
greetings, but it's not finished yet, and I don't know exactly what I want to do to it, but I did put some dark and decrepit dust on Santa, and then kind of worked it in the low spots and did a white dry brush on to him to make the features pop a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I need some transfers out here. Definitely a ribbon up here. So we'll see. So it's kind of one of those projects where I have to sit and look at it for a while and see what it's missing. You painted these, remember? You got these started. All right. It's vertical, and so I want to find one that's going to fit that area nicely. This would be cute. I think so when we painted them, we left the outside showing.
Right.
But I think what I might do is paint the whole thing white, and this will look really cute because
Yeah, it would.
where the Christmas tree grew, grew, and it fits these trees in and this little saying at the bottom.
Yeah.
But to do that, I need to paint it all white. That's what we will do. I think I'm going to cut this little burlap thing off for now. That would be cute. This would be cute hanging like in the middle of a wreath.
Yeah.
Like a front door wreath or something once it's done. All right, so we need white swan. Here, well, that's drying, and we need to think about a color. So look through those and see if you do want to use that poem when it's in the back.
Okay.
And see what color is gonna go well with the transfer we choose. Okay, white swan. If you're watching on the replay, let me know. And any questions, please ask, and I will get those answered for you. Amy said those transfers look so pretty on the white background of the mailbox. Thanks, Amy. I thought so too. I need to just continue putting some on and yeah, getting that filled up a little bit, getting the greenery on top. I think that'll be pretty. Suzanne says, years and years ago, I painted and decorated a mailbox for my classroom. You probably weren't even born yet. Good morning.
Is that
Suzanne Downs.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Hi, Suzanne. We went to school together.
Yeah. I think that mailbox would look cute sitting on like a front porch or something, or inside on a mantle too as your Christmas decor. But all right, let's get some white swan on the rest of this so we can get it fully covered before we get this paint inlay on it. Looks like I'm gonna need a few coats to catch up to what we already painted on it. That's okay. Can't remember where I got these little chalkboard signs, but
Probably Hobby Lobby.
yeah, yeah, you know, it probably was something on clearance. So I'm gonna get this outside of this caught up to what we'd already painted, and then I will apply a coat that this inlay gets embedded into. So let me get that dry. Aren't they pretty?
Yes, I can't.
So,
I mean, I
so pretty. I mean, if you find one where you're happy with black, we can just put one more coat of black on, get it dried, and put it on, or whatever you think. I thought they're all really pretty.
Yeah. I don't know what color.
You know what? Maybe the black. Maybe.
Let's just see a minute.
I feel like it's.
Because it's gonna have to go that way.
Yeah. That's cute. You think?
Unless one of these.
Yeah, I was thinking either faded burlap or that cream you like. What is the cream color? Vintage, is it not vintage linen? Crinoline.
Crinoline, yeah.
Yeah. Or it might pop on the black too. Let me show them.
Okay.
So this is from the new Clementine set. But it's like it's got some botanicals and then this kind of like a poem, but if when I read it, it really sounds more like an advertisement.
Yeah.
In the middle of it. I don't know, Mom. I think
I'll do whatever you think because you know better than me.
it's that, or we could try boho blue. We haven't done boho blue in a while.
But if I'm gonna hang it in my shed, it's
You don't
green. My shed is green.
Mom's not a blue person like I am.
Well, I love blue, but
you usually go towards the reds
or green.
Green, okay. We could try the green too. We could get what do you think?
Is that too matchy?
Let's stick with black.
Okay.
Let's stick with black. So put another coat on there, but we're gonna have to really let it get good and dry. So let's put this on at the end.
Well,
because
we could even wait.
Yeah, we might wait and show a picture, but
okay.
I just don't. That's such a pretty one. I'd hate for this to be too fresh.
Yes.
For that transfer to go on. Okay, let me get another coat of white on these edges. And we'll work on that inlay. And then if we have time, I put one more project back there for us to start if we can get to it. Okay. I love this because we are getting projects finished that have been sitting back there forever. I'm making my way, and even though I was thinking about maybe we should hit the thrift store today.
Kind of be nice.
Yeah, we might, but we've been really good about not overdoing. When Mom and I first started doing this 5 years ago, we would go every Monday.
Yeah. After
the live, and we just accumulated a lot of stuff. I did. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, I just have to pick it up.
And it was good stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. And I still probably have
some of that
stuff from 5 years ago. Some stuff I did redonate because I had second thoughts about
you don't want to mess with
I don't know. This is really a good plan. And there it is. Look, I just found something else as I was looking. This says 'twas the night before Christmas on this inlay.
Oh,
and I think it would be really perfect on the end of this mailbox where it has this inset. Yeah, see.
So now
sometimes you just have to
see it.
Yeah, I mean, let the project sit there a while. Okay. Let's cut out these trees. So on this one, it comes with a border, but I'm not going to be able to fit that on there, so we're just going to cut out the saying and the trees. I'm not going to cut through this because I'll want to use it some other time. So we're going to go poke right into the center of this. Set that over there. Now, let me... Okay, so I'm going to put the coat of paint on here that this is going to get embedded into. And I don't want a super thick coat, but not too thin either. And anywhere that I have pigment, it's gonna need to be wet paint. So if you miss that, it's not going to embed down onto your project. So just make sure you have paint everywhere you need it. That's pretty good. Do you feel like it's showing? It's covered pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking,
Uh-huh.
are we going to distress it? I don't want the red coming through.
I don't think we'll distress it.
Okay.
No, I didn't distress the tote, and I just did one light coat. That's why remember it was the tote where I wanted some of the wood showing through.
Right.
So I don't think we need to distress it. So we'll just put the transfer on, but we're going to wait.
Yeah.
So I'll probably give you something else to paint here in just 1 second.
You want me to paint more of those or something else?
Yeah, if we can get this moved aside.
Here, I'll just...
Okay. And I will give you the last 2 tags because I do think they're going to be better fully covered than the black border showing. So let you do that. Okay, I don't want this to go too long before I get this on here. So make sure that you're putting the pigment side down on your project. And you don't want it to touch until you're ready. So I kind of hover over the top, get it lined up the best I can. This font is what's critical as far as getting lined up. That right there. Okay, we're going with it. Then just kind of use your hands, fingers to get that all down. And I actually grabbed my brayer for some, oh, here it is. So the IOD brayer comes in handy on this. I usually go ahead and try to just roll out some wrinkles that might have developed and make sure that that has good, isn't it? Has good adhesion everywhere I need it.
Well, are we sure we want these all white?
I think so, because I think I'll probably use some more inlays from there. So
your little scissors.
There you go. Oh, you need to cut. Yeah, just cut them right up at the knot, and that way I might be able to reuse them to tie it on. So, all right, that's on there. Now what we want to do is spritz it with some water. Not a ton, just light spritz, and then we're going to set it aside to dry, and the water helps activate that pigment to embed. Okay.
It's really cute.
I really love it too.
We need to touch up the side.
Yeah, when we're done and peel this off, then I'm gonna go back around with an artist brush and get some of that taken care of. Okay, that's gonna sit aside to dry. Now, the other ones I pulled to work on were a couple of when we go thrifting, I always find these in the wood aisle. They're the lane boxes. We've done them before. Yeah. One of them is the cedar box. But apparently these are the ones they used to give away to high school seniors, girls.
Yeah.
The Lane Company. They still smell like cedar. This one's from Kelly Furniture, Anderson, Indiana. But you find these all the time. Yeah. We've made these over before. So I think we're going to put some Made by Marley paper on these. When we made them before, they sold really quickly. I think we had a mold. Remember the mold we put on top? It was like an oval.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we're just going to do some paper. But I think these boxes are really cute and could be used for art supplies or just, jewelry, trinkets. This one was a little bigger. It's not Lane, but it's just a, this looks more like a man's. Look, it was $4 at Goodwill. A man, I don't know. I feel like Dad had something like this. Or was his like a treasure chest looking thing?
No, it's a, yeah,
Does
I
he
got
still
it.
have it?
Yeah.
I
I
remember
don't know if it
that from
wasn't
when I was
redone.
real little.
Yeah, no, I bought that.
No, he doesn't have to have it redone, but it just makes me think of that
It does. It
box.
does look like a little treasure chest.
Yeah. Okay. So I picked out some Made by Marley papers that I had already opened. So those are the decoupage papers that come 3 a pack, and they're $25. But you get 3 sheets that are pretty big. I don't remember the exact measurement, 16 by 11 maybe. I thought that was pretty for fall.
Oh yeah.
Or this. And this was from the paper called Wood Avenue, the set called Wood Avenue. I think I have one of these left. This was also pretty. So those were the Wood Avenue set. And then I had some left from when we did the bird pictures.
Oh,
So this is more, I don't know. These are pretty, but I don't think they're quite as,
they more springy.
yeah, summer. They're more bright. Those are scraps from that set. And that was called Stargazer. Made by Marley, if you're Made by Marley fans, just released yesterday their new Christmas fall release. Really cute papers. They got lost on their way to me, but I just heard from Martin from Scotland today,
Yeah.
and he said that he is actually shipping me a new set today. So I will have them by Wednesday. They're on my website. If you want to go ahead and order them, that's fine. But
Of course
it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday before I can ship them out, but they're really cute. So go to my website and look under the Made by Marley tab and look at the new ones. Cute stuff. Some cute Halloween ones and Christmas. I bet some fairies. Some winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you might want to look at those.
Yeah, I will.
So these were the scraps I had left from the set called Rouge with the cardinals, and this is also very fall. This is the other one I was talking about. This reminds me of a little bit like Queen Bee,
Oh, yeah.
the color in the DIY paint line. Oh, like that. I think I'll do one in this and one in this. But now to decide which one to do what size. And I kind of just look through and see what the size of the flowers are and what makes sense for the size of the box for what's going to show up. That's pretty. Did you get those 2 flowers in that? This you actually get a pine cone on. Better move that. I'm gonna end up with white paint on my paper. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the flowers down here, Mom. That.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
I think it does too. Okay. So I'm gonna need Mod Podge. I like to use the Mod Podge when I do the Made by Marley papers because it's not tissue paper, it's more of a newsprint, and I feel like the Mod Podge does a little better in getting that adhered on there. So I think I'll work on this one first, the bigger one. So I might give you this to paint, Mom, when you're done with that.
Okay.
So this one, I think we'll do, trying to decide the colors now of what to paint the actual box.
Right.
Maybe just black. Am I just on the kick of using that anvil paint? Do we have any left of
There's
it?
a tiny bit left.
I can open another can too, or I can grab the other dark. So let's see
I'll
how
get this
far you
set.
get on that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that on this as well. So
Oh yeah, the black would.
yeah,
Black and gold in it. Pretty.
I know, that's pretty colors. Okay, let me set that down and get going on this. Probably, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about painting the top because this is so, normally we paint like white for a background on our papers, but should I do that on this? I don't think so. This is thick enough paper. I don't think I'm going to need to paint this background white. So we'll just not paint the top, but I will paint the rest of it. So let's see what's left in that can of Anvil. See how far we can make it go. You guys remember these cedar boxes? Or have you seen them at your Goodwill? I also like this where it's not fully showing, fully covered.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. All that stuff.
Yeah, because it kind of makes it just look like black stain and not black paint.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions or comments, let us know. We love to chat with you guys. I will put it on the list this week to order my new heat gun, my quieter heat gun.
It's all right.
Well,
I just don't like it bugging.
I don't put it on an actual list. It's probably not happening.
We might have to sand this a little because it's too thick.
Well, we'll see. Let's just
Okay.
see when you're completely done. I'm going to use that now. There we go. Move my microphone a little bit back. Here we go. I am going to kind of tear the section I want out because that gives that organic edge. We always like that a little better than the cut edge because sometimes the cut edge is just too straight and looks like a
Do you want
sticker.
the top on this?
So I'm gonna start cutting. No, no, you don't have to.
Okay.
Nope. So I'm just gonna tear where I've kind of made a little mark and tear this. It'll still need trimmed up, but I'm going to tear the sides as well and a little bit on the bottom. But to do that, I just want to mark about where that needs to happen. Yeah, I think we'll swing it since we have to go over to the west part of town. We will
run in,
hit the Goodwill over there. We haven't been in that one in a long, long time. So we'll do that.
Sounds good.
So you can find more stuff for your she shed. Is it?
Well, it's getting kind of
I
good.
was gonna say, Dad's probably like, "What is going on?" Right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be really cute though.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Do you have I mean, is the furniture inside it yet?
No,
Okay.
because I have to work on the one thing I just bought. I need to
Yeah.
get some dark green paint from you.
Okay.
And
You'll have to look at they're like 5 shades of green. Well, dark green, you probably only have a
maybe
couple choices.
well,
Monet's Garden is that Christmassy green, and then
I think that's about what this it is. I should have.
okay.
I meant to take a picture.
You're touching it up, or you're
yeah,
repainting it all?
Well, it's got some.
Okay,
It needs a little bit of work. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Okay, almost there.
Did you? What about the hinges? It's okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead and paint them. All right, so this will have a little extra hanging over the sides, but we'll take care of that with tearing it and also probably using a little bit of sandpaper. This is pretty. I like this, that it was.
Yeah.
And see, because we only put one coat of the anvil on, what else showing Mom was you can still see the wood showing through, but that color matches the color.
Right.
So it looks good. Yes. Okay. And this was the Made by Marley. I have one set left of this, guys. It's Wood Avenue. I checked last night because I liked when I do projects, I don't like to just use stuff that you're going to be out just in case you guys want to try it. I want it to be available. So what we're going to do, let me get a smaller brush. Get this decoupaged on. So I'm going to put a coat of the Mod Podge on and about a medium amount, kind of like when we use the paint for the inlay. You don't want big puddles of it anywhere because that's going to cause bubbles in your project. But and if I'm getting over the edge too much, it's okay. I'll probably go back in later with an artist brush and touch it up with the black paint. Okay. But it does have to be everywhere that you need it to be to glue down. So edges are always get missed. So make sure your edges have enough too. All right. I think I'm good there. And this is just the matte Mod Podge. I'll also seal the top with the same thing. If you want glossy, it does come in glossy. Let's see. So I don't want to put it down until I know I'm good on the placement and everything looks even. You have a tiny bit of time to pull on it, but not very much. Nice. Got a little fingerprint?
You know, it's wet, so I touch
Yeah,
it.
that's all right. I love this. Maybe we'll keep it a while.
Yeah.
All right, so there's hardly any wrinkles in that right now, but when I put this top on, the top seal coat on, I probably will see some appear. But after 24 hours, like I always say, most of those are going to lay down flat. Some people like to spritz the water, especially on their bigger, if they're laying a bigger sheet of this on a bigger project, they like to spritz it with water as they go along and put it, you know, a little bit of the top, then put your Mod Podge on, lay it down, spritz the top. But on these little projects, I don't usually need to do that with the water. As you work with the projects and stuff, you'll kind of learn what works best when you're doing it. Some people do things very differently, but still have really good results either way. This looks like glue as you're putting it on here, but it will dry clear. It's a little hazy right now. And just check my edges if I need to sneak any underneath. I think I'm good.
I can't believe that we're still using the
Anvil?
Yes.
We've used it so many weeks in a row. Both stools got completely painted 2 coats. The little stools with the stencil, and then we've used it before that on several things. It does go a long way.
But there was just a tiny bit left, but it's just,
I know.
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It just keeps reappearing. So all I'm doing is holding the sandpaper at about a 45-degree angle and just pulling down. You don't want to go up and down, or you're going to tear your paper right back off. No, I repeat myself, but I never know who might watch that's new.
Right.
And we all need refreshers, right?
I need one every week.
I do this till there's a little cut line, and then I see if I can start tearing gently without tearing up into the top of the project. And if you need to wait and let this sealer dry first, if that's easier for you. getting it. Okay, just a couple more areas. And then in doing that, if I have pulled any of that black paint off the side from sanding, then it's just going to be going back in with an artist brush and getting it touched up. There we go. Okay, I might let the other sides dry and finish the sanding on that later. Might be just a tad easier. You know me, rush, rush, rush. So I want to show you
Can't
guys.
wait to see how it
I know I
looks.
can't wait, and then I want to show people. But
Yeah.
but that's why I post the pictures on Facebook for the stuff that we
Yeah.
don't get finished. It's okay.
And eventually we do.
So I'll show you where we're at right now. Again, this haziness will go away. It's going to dry clear. I only need one coat of that on there, but I think that's going to be very nice. And then I probably will leave the inside just cedar. I mean, I could lay a piece of paper down inside there, but I think that's cute. Hi, Christina. How are you? We are having a day of just getting lots of different projects finished up and starting just a couple new ones. You good? You want to let's just let that dry. Yeah.
Yeah, there's places I missed.
All right, I'm going to recap real quick where we're at. A lot of this will have to be finished after. But, okay, on this box, I'm just going to continue to let it finish and sand my edges off, and it's probably going to be good to go after a little touch up. Thank you, Christina. Appreciate that. Mom's the same thing, only she's getting the this paper, one of the rouge from Made by Marley. But we need to wait on that.
Yeah.
And then we have this guy drying. This is a paint inlay on one of our chalkboard signs. So when he is dry, we will peel that off. And we finished up the milk painted chairs, right? That turned out great. I can't wait to put this in the booth. Sealed with beeswax, and we finished up the 2 stools from last week. Painted an anvil, and then full floral swag on the seats. Got a pair of those. What else we have, Mom? Oh, your sign.
Oh, yeah.
So her sign is drying. Just the wood board that you saw her painting at the beginning, and then it's going to get this as soon as it's good and dry. It's getting this transfer from the Clementine set. That's a lot. That's a lot going on. But we're getting stuff done, which is good. Yeah. Oh, you know what I didn't get to today, and I won't, but we'll be able to do it next time. So another one of our Hobby Lobby finds was clearanced out plant stands.
Oh, right.
For these, only they came like unassembled, and I had to just like put the feet on.
Did you glue it?
No, but I'm going to. So I think what we're going to do is paint these and stamp these, but I'm going to use instead of ink, I think you roll on paint. It's been a while since we've used paint on the IOD stamps.
Right.
So I think we'll work on those maybe next time.
I think I got one.
Did you? I had 2.
Okay.
They were on clearance, but yeah. So I thought we need to get back to using the stamps a little bit, and we haven't used paint on them, which you can do. So
yeah.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, guys. As we didn't get everything done, but we're continuing to plug through and just showing you some different ways to do your thrift flips and use the transfers, stencils, decoupage paper, all that. You can find all the products on my website, mamabearblue.com. And if you're watching on the replay, let me know. We appreciate you guys. We will be back next Monday at 9 a.m. and we'll start brand new. We won't bring these projects back. We'll have these done, and I'll take nice pictures to show you on my Facebook page. So if you're watching on YouTube, thank you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. My son will get this video edited and up on YouTube soon. And we will see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.